Hi, welcome Cancer to Rays of Hope, Rainbowlight, Love and Healing Tarot. My name is Hope, of course, and today I'm going to do a love reading, and the reason is that Taurus has now had a visitor, and so it's Venus transitioning Taurus right now, and it is a sacred portal. It's a very rare one on the destiny of love. It's about a spiritual awakening in our mental, mind, and emotional bodies. It's going to bring up suppressed feelings. They're going to come to the surface, or expressions that we have not shed some light on that we need to look at, right? It's not just an astrological analysis. It's a spiritual message for all of us to know that we can use this energy and this opportunity that we have before it closes the window, to rise to a higher dimension of love, or we stay stuck in the cycle we are of, heartache and, the shadow of love and the numbness of love, which some of us might be in. And this could be a time of great healing, because it is about healing as well. It's a spiritual awakening for us to really look at what this universal love means. We are love, right? We are made from love. And when we love ourselves, we are a magnet for love, because then we attract people who are in the process of loving themselves, clearing the base, balancing everything in their life so that they can have this relationship. And it's also very important about the reuniting of twin flames and the dissolving of twin flames as well. So let's see where this all takes us, Cancer. So let's begin our reading. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull a card from the angel numbers, and we're going to read this card at the end. So I'm not going to look at it now. Oops. I'm not going to look at it now, but we will definitely look at it at the end of the reading to see how it might definitely sum up everything in the reading for you. Okay, so let's just do this now. I'm just going to shuffle it one more time, and then we'll pull a card for the end of the reading. Okay, don't bend the cards. All right, Cancer, here we go. So we're going to put this card aside here and put these here. All right, so let's go. I'm going to pull some oracles and see. There are 3 different oracles here I'm going to pull out that are going to give us some information about where we all are looking at in the Cancer love, okay, of twin flames or soulmates, okay, or wherever you are in love, okay? So let's look at this now, and let's pull one card from each of these decks. So the first one is telepathic. Wow. This is really nice. Someone is having a telepathic connection with someone. Yeah, look, I close my eyes and I know what I'm thinking and seeing of you, in 100 silent ways, perhaps. But telepathic connection, nice. Those people are very close. They're very open and very intimate. When you can be intimate with someone, it's not just about sharing a bed. It's about sharing what's inside of you. What are your secrets? What are your fears? What are your shadows? That's real intimacy. So let's see what else is going on in the phases of your love connection, Cancer. Or, maybe some of us are in healing as well, but let's see what the 3 phases here are that are going on with you, Cancer. Oh, it's an open relationship. Interesting. So with an open relationship, it's not for everyone. It requires a lot of honesty, which when you're very telepathic with someone, you can't hide anything. You have to trust, for it to work, and careful as well, not to get hurt. So I see a very interesting relationship here, Cancer, that you're having with someone, and it's good if it's open, if you both are respectful of each other and you're telepathic. So you can't hide anything. You know exactly what you're thinking and feeling, and it's not for everyone, but that's cool. I like this. Let's see what the true confessions of the Twin Flame Confession Oracle will give us here to add to this energy, this threesome here. And let's see what it is. What's in the tea? So this is something about you. I mean, what's the tea about? It could be people maybe asking about you or talking about you, or people who are gossiping about this relationship, like they don't understand it, because unless they are very, very open and honest, no one will understand it. You have to be open and honest to understand an open relationship, where you're taking care of yourself. It tells me there's a lot of maturity about self-love here. When you love yourself, no one can hurt you. You know what I'm saying? You may be disappointed in people, but no one can take that love away from you that you have for yourself. And when you love yourself, then it's easier, not necessarily easier, but then you're more open to have a relationship with someone without wanting something from them because you already have it, So I can see how that could work for some people. And for some, it may not, it depends. But, it's something that people do have, and I think it's the future, to be honest with you. I think it's either open relationships that are honest or relationships that want to sponsor children because they are the most precious things we have, who are going to be in this earth, in this plane of existence, that we have to give them the best of us, So you have to find a partner who is equal on that level with you, who's going to bring in that special soul. So that's another type of relationship. So let's see what is facing you right now, Cancer. The Six of Wands. Woo! This is a high priority love right now. This is definitely a high priority love. Wow. Success and pride, that's what's facing you. So it's facing you, but do you have it? Do you have it? Is there something about this relationship that's so open that you're not sure that you want it? Maybe you want a high profile love, maybe you want this to be more than just an open relationship. So let's see, what is the obstacle or the energy that could be influencing this situation? What is the block? Is there a block here that's possible? Or just energy that's influencing this feeling? Let's see. For Cancer. Ooh, we have the Devil. So, the Devil card is not necessarily a bad card. Everybody looks at it so crazily. The Devil reminds us of our need to look at our destructional habits that we might have, whether it's obsession, whether it's, anything destructive, a habit that could be something that is destructive. So we want to listen to what the Devil is saying here, that there could be something here that is not cool, about love. There might be an obsession here that could be keeping you from having this, high profile of love. Maybe this is what you want, but this is what you've always had, open relationships. Perhaps you, Cancer, you have a fear here of something, but let's see what the root energies might be, the subconscious energy that might be involved in influencing this feeling of, a block. There might be some destructive. Do you think that having an open relationship could be destructive? No, it's how you feel about yourself. Are you obsessive? Do you have, addictions? It could be anything. So let's see, that's the energy that's blocking this relationship from going to another level. You might be the person who has more groundedness in this. You're more emotional about what's going on, where the other person might be there with you, but they may have destructive habits that are keeping you from really thinking of this as something long term. So let's see, what is the could be root cause? Oh, the attraction is a twin flame connection. So you're mirroring each other, things that maybe no one has ever mirrored to you before because of this really close relationship that you have. It's a twin flame connection, definitely, Cancer, that you probably are having right now. And there's a lot of gossip over it, like, why aren't they, making the most of this, since they are in this really unbelievable connection? So the thing is that this is probably what you want, but there's something about the relationship on the inner level that's keeping it from going there. And again, it could be a time of reflection for both of you, because you're so telepathic. It could be a time of reflection where you see each other's past, the moments in the future are all blended together, but it could be something that's keeping you from moving forward because of the healing that has to take place. Remember, twin flames reflect each other. That's why this is so telepathic, because they see each other as reflection. So whatever's going on with you is going on with them. Whatever shadow's going on, you both see it and feel it, and that is where this comes in. So how is it going to affect you in the long term? Let's see. What have you left behind in the recent past? What is it that you left behind in the recent past? What energies did you leave behind, Cancer? Let's see what it was. I have a feeling that you were not, I think you were waiting. The Nine of Swords, yeah. You were in a place of like regrets, remorse, sorrow. You were definitely in fear. Yeah, you must have had a relationship before this one that left you in a very, sad state, very upset, very remorse. Okay, so, and then you come into this unbelievable connection and a twin flame connection that is now, there's a lot to think about here. It's kind of throwing you off in a way that making you insecure. But let's see, is there anything in the near future? What is the energy that could be in the near future here that we need to look at before we, make any decisions? And the final, cards that I'll pull out will be the Whispers of Love and the Angel numbers to see where the energy lies there in that level of consciousness. Okay, so here we go. What is in the near future? The King of Wands. So the King of Wands in this near future energy is about someone who's, is going to take charge here. They want it all. So you want it all. Do they want it all? Are they the ones that are in the destructive behavior as well that they are showing you, because they're very open? This is a very open relationship. So, this is more than what you probably asked for, I believe, Cancer. But it is an attraction. It is a twin flame connection because you're both at the right times in your life where you're being very open and exploring and opening up your selves to each other in many different ways. So let's see, what are you thinking and feeling about this really right now? What is your thoughts and feelings about this right now? Like, what do you think? What do you think this is? So, the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is a bit of insecurity of someone who's kind of not been in a situation like this before. You're holding on to your heart. You're holding on to something here, and it could be some type of control issue that you may have right now. But again, right now you're insecure about giving your whole heart away. You're playing along here, but at the same time, you've had situations before where you've had fear come into your life about love, and this relationship took you for a loop, it seems. But you're holding back. You are holding back, even though you want the success and you want the pride of love. You're holding back right now for good reasons, okay? But it's, you're having fun, and it's not for everyone. But again, I think there's something inside you that really wants more groundedness, Cancer. So let's see what are other people saying about this. The Four of Cups, they're saying, you're refusing some of the offers here. They want you to refuse, it seems, because that Four of Cups is about either taking the cup or refusing the cup. And right now here, because of the underlying energy here with, the obsession, the destructive behavior possibly in your past, energies that you left behind, you were definitely in a fear mode. And right now you're holding on to your heart, even though this is, like I said, not for everyone, but you're trying it because you might have been hurt so much that you just ran into something. And who did you run into? A mirror of yourself, your twin. So this Four of Cups is about, you may be not taking the offer. You're holding on to your heart. That's what I feel. And people are telling you the same thing. I think it's time to just refuse this for the moment. What are your hopes and fears in this connection? What are your hopes and what are your fears? Or maybe it's just only one and not the other. Let's see. You can tell right away. Let's see. The Ace of Pentacles. Your hope is that a new great love awaits you, that there is something more attractive, more steady, and you would wait for it. This is something that you would wait for, and perhaps there's a lot of healing that will take place here. We don't know, but you want, hopefully, a steady union, because it is an open relationship. So when it's an open relationship, you're not sure that you are the most important one in that person's life, even though you're having fun and you're reflecting and you have this telepathic connection. You know the ins and outs of you, and sometimes you see a little too much of the dark side, the shadow, which is fine. We all have shadows, but I think that you want something more steady. You want, more union, and you know that you want a great love that you're hoping still awaits you, even though you met this other part of you that's opening you up. And maybe that's good, because it's showing you what you really want, not, something that is kind of, how can I say, pacifying you because of the past that you left behind, of a heartbreak or a nightmare situation, sorrow, regret, remorse, in a relationship. So what is the probability or possibility in this outcome? Well, what could be the outcome, I guess? Or what is the possibility, probability, potential? Let's see. The Hierophant. So the Hierophant is all about, spiritual love, and you have this spiritual connection, but is it too strong for you? Are you ready to really dive deep into this dark shadow that we all have, that someone is reflecting back to you? But again, it's about spiritual beliefs and spiritual love. Maybe you want the real thing. That's, you don't want an open relationship anymore, even though you're having this. You want the real thing. And so I definitely agree with that, especially if you want to bring children into the world. You want the real thing. You want someone who's going to be sponsoring, you're sponsoring children. That's a life. You have to have someone who's going to be on the same page with you. So let's see what the Whispers of Love, and then we'll pull the angel card that we pulled. What numbers are there for you? What advice do they have? All right. So with the Whispers of Love for Cancer, what is it that they want to share with you? The Whispers of Love. It's a showdown. It says to slow down. Slow down, okay? Pause and allow things to unfold. So pause and allow things to unfold. Take that information and see what it means to you. Do you go on and take it slow with this person and see how things unfold, or do you slow down and just step away a little? All right. So let's see what the angel number is here for you. 808. Ancestors. Okay, so balance, power, struggle. There's a force here. There could be some low vibration in here that is affecting your connection with this person, even though you've connected deeply. Pay close attention to the people in your life who surround you and your physical health. Don't freak out. It's just a warning to be careful and awake to avoid any further issues of anything that might be coming in with this destructive behavior that might be coming out little by little in this open relationship. Communicate clearly and keep healthy boundaries. All right, Cancer. So there's a lot of work here, right? Not just for you, for all of us. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed your reading. Take care and hope to see you soon. Bye.